Why do newborns have a strong grip reflex? Welcome to Unlimited Quest. Today, we're exploring one of the most remarkable and instinctual phenomena observed in our earliest days of life: the strong grip reflex in newborns. This innate response, often seen when a baby's tiny hand clutches a finger or a small object, is not only heartwarmingly adorable, but also an essential indicator of neurological development. In this video, we'll delve into why newborns have such a strong grip reflex, uncover the science behind it, examine its evolutionary roots, discuss its developmental and clinical significance, and explore its broader implications for human growth and survival. The phenomenon we're discussing is known as the Palmar grasp reflex. When an object, or even a caregiver's finger, touches a newborn's palm, the baby's fingers curl tightly around it. This involuntary response is one of several primitive reflexes that appear in the first days of life. Primitive reflexes are automatic movements that occur without conscious effort and are critical in the early stages of development. They provide important clues about the health and functionality of a baby's nervous system. At birth, the human body is programmed with a series of reflexes that are essential for survival. The Palmar grasp reflex is one of the earliest indicators that a newborn's neurological pathways are active and functioning properly. This reflex is not merely a charming quirk. It plays an important role in the infant's ability to interact with their environment and establish early bonds with caregivers. When a baby grasps a finger, it signals not only physical connectivity, but also lays the groundwork for emotional attachment and later, fine motor development. To understand the strong grip reflex, we need to look at the underlying neurological mechanisms. At its core, the Palmar grasp reflex is mediated by the central nervous system, specifically through a network involving the brainstem and the spinal cord. When an object touches the palm, sensory receptors in the skin are activated. These receptors send rapid signals through the peripheral nerves to the spinal cord. Within the spinal cord, these signals are quickly relayed to the brainstem, which then dispatches motor commands back to the muscles in the hand. This rapid, automatic loop is what produces the gripping action. Newborns have a highly sensitive and responsive nervous system. Their reflex arc, the pathway connecting sensory input to motor output, is particularly efficient in these early stages of life. This efficiency is crucial because it means that even the slightest stimulus can produce a strong, immediate response. The strong grip is a direct result of this finely tuned system, which prioritizes survival and early development. The reflex is not under conscious control. It is entirely involuntary, ensuring that the baby responds reliably every time. The process highlights how early life is dominated by reflexive responses. Before voluntary motor control develops, these reflexes are the primary means by which infants interact with the world. They are essential not only for immediate survival, but also for establishing a foundation for later, more complex neurological functions. From an evolutionary standpoint, the strong grip reflex has played a critical role in ensuring the survival of our species. In our early human and primate ancestors, infants were highly vulnerable and entirely dependent on their mothers for protection and nourishment. The ability to cling tightly to a caregiver was a crucial adaptation. Imagine a primate infant clinging to its mother as she moved through dense forests or navigated precarious branches. A secure grip would be essential for preventing falls and ensuring that the infant remained close to safety. This clinging behavior, observed in many primate species today, is a testament to its evolutionary value. The Palmar grasp reflex in human newborns is a vestige of this ancient survival mechanism. It ensured that, in the wild, infants could maintain close contact with their mothers during movement or sudden disturbances. Over time, as human societies evolved, the direct need for such a strong reflex in a dangerous environment diminished. However, the reflex remains as a biological reminder of our evolutionary past. The persistence of this reflex also points to the broader principle of evolutionary conservation. The idea that traits beneficial for survival are maintained over generations. Even though modern human infants are cared for in a far safer environment, the neurological wiring that produces the strong grip reflex has not changed. It is an inherited feature that continues to provide insights into both our evolutionary history and our early developmental processes. The Palmar Grasp Reflex is one of the first indicators of a newborn's neurological health. Pediatricians routinely check for the presence and strength of primitive reflexes, like the palmar grasp, during early examinations. A robust reflex is generally a positive sign, indicating that the neural pathways connecting the sensory receptors in the hand to the brain and spinal cord are intact and functioning as expected. In the initial months of life, before the development of voluntary motor control, these reflexes dominate the infant's behavior. The palmar grasp reflex is particularly significant because it serves as the groundwork for later motor skills. Over time, as the baby's brain matures and the cerebral cortex begins to assert more control, these primitive reflexes gradually fade. Typically, the palmar grasp reflex diminishes by around 5 to 6 months of age as voluntary grasping and intentional hand movements start to emerge. This transition is a key developmental milestone. The fading of the reflex signifies the maturation of the brain and the integration of more complex motor functions. It marks the shift from automatic, reflexive actions to intentional, goal-directed movements. This progression is crucial for the child's overall development, laying the foundation for skills such as reaching, grasping objects purposefully, and eventually manipulating tools with precision. In addition to motor development, the grip reflex plays a role in the emotional and social bonding process. The act of a baby grasping a caregiver's finger can foster a deep emotional connection. This physical contact is one of the earliest forms of communication between the infant and the parent. The secure attachment that forms as a result of such interactions is essential for the baby's emotional well-being and later social development. The palmar grasp reflex is not only a developmental milestone, but also a valuable clinical tool. During neonatal assessments, healthcare providers observe reflex responses to gauge the integrity of the nervous system. An absent, weak, or overly persistent grip reflex can be an early indicator of neurological issues. For example, if the reflex is significantly diminished, it might suggest potential problems such as developmental delays or issues related to cerebral palsy. Conversely, an excessively strong or persistent reflex that does not fade with time may also signal atypical neurological development. These variations in reflex responses can help clinicians identify infants who may benefit from early interventions. Early detection and intervention are key factors in addressing developmental challenges, making the observation of primitive reflexes an important part of pediatric care. The clinical importance of the palmar grasp reflex extends beyond simply confirming that a baby's nervous system is functioning. It also provides insights into the timing and progression of motor control. By tracking how and when these reflexes diminish, healthcare providers can assess whether the infant is developing as expected. This diagnostic use underscores the dual nature of the reflex as both a natural, evolutionary mechanism and a critical marker of early neurological health. Throughout history, many cultures have attached symbolic significance to the strong grip of a newborn. In various societies, a firm grip has been seen as a sign of strength, resilience, and promise. In some traditional beliefs, a baby's ability to hold on tightly is considered an omen of future success or a natural bond with the family and community. Historical texts and cultural narratives often mention the gripping behavior of infants in a poetic or symbolic manner. While modern science provides us with a clear neurological explanation for the palmar grasp reflex, these cultural interpretations add a rich layer of meaning to the phenomena. They remind us that human behavior is not only shaped by biology, but also by the symbolic and emotional frameworks we create to understand our experiences. This blend of scientific and cultural perspectives enriches our overall understanding. The reflex, while a simple physiological response, carries with it stories and meanings that have been passed down through generations. It highlights how deeply our biological makeup is intertwined with the cultural narratives that define human life. Whether viewed through a scientific lens or a cultural one, the strong grip of a newborn remains a powerful symbol of the beginning of life and the intricate connections between our bodies and our ancestors. The study of primitive reflexes like the palmar grasp continues to be an active and evolving field of research. Advances in developmental neuroscience and neuroimaging have allowed scientists to explore the intricacies of the neural circuits involved in these early reflexes. Researchers are not only interested in understanding the basic mechanics of the grip reflex, but also in how it might relate to later developmental outcomes. One area of ongoing research is the investigation of the relationship between primitive reflexes and neurodevelopmental disorders. Variations in the strength, duration, or disappearance of these reflexes may serve as early markers for conditions such as autism spectrum disorder or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. By studying these variations, scientists hope to develop more refined diagnostic tools that can identify developmental concerns much earlier than was previously possible. Another promising area of research is the exploration of the gut-brain axis and its influence on early development. While the Palmar Grasp Reflex is primarily a function of the central nervous system, emerging studies suggest that overall neurological health may be influenced by factors such as nutrition and gut health. As our understanding of these connections deepens, it could lead to novel interventions aimed at supporting optimal neurological development in infants. Future research is also likely to focus on how early motor experiences, including the natural grip reflex, influence the formation of neural pathways related to voluntary motor control and fine motor skills. Understanding these processes in greater detail will not only enhance our knowledge of human development, but may also lead to innovative therapies for children with motor or developmental delays. For parents and caregivers, understanding the strong grip reflex can be both reassuring and informative. Recognizing that this robust response is a normal and healthy part of neonatal development can help ease concerns about neurological health. When you witness your baby's firm grip, whether it's on your finger during a cuddle or on a small toy during play, it is a reminder that their nervous system is actively working and developing. Engaging with your baby through gentle touch and interaction not only reinforces this natural reflex, but also supports emotional bonding and motor skill development. Simple activities such as offering your finger for your baby to grasp, engaging in skin-to-skin contact, or providing age-appropriate toys can stimulate neural connections and contribute positively to their overall development. These early interactions lay the groundwork for later milestones, such as reaching, grasping, and manipulating objects with intention and precision. For caregivers, the Palmar Grasp Reflex serves as an early window into the health of the child's neurological system. Regular pediatric checkups include assessments of these primitive reflexes, ensuring that any deviations from the expected pattern can be addressed promptly. This proactive approach to monitoring early development is crucial for providing the necessary support and intervention should any issues arise. Many parents fondly recall the first time they experienced their newborn's surprisingly strong grip. These moments often become cherished memories, symbolizing the early strength and potential of their child. The image of a tiny hand wrapping around a parent's finger is a universal symbol of the deep bond between parent and child, a bond that is established through simple, instinctive actions. These personal anecdotes serve to remind us that the Palmar Grasp Reflex is more than just a neurological mechanism. It is a powerful symbol of the inherent connection between a newborn and their caregiver, a physical manifestation of trust and dependency. Such moments often spark reflections on the marvels of early life and the intricate ways in which our bodies are designed to nurture growth and development. The strong grip reflex offers valuable insights into the broader scope of human development. It underscores the idea that our earliest behaviors, although seemingly simple and automatic, lay the foundation for a lifetime of complex motor and cognitive skills. The transition from reflexive actions to voluntary movements is one of the most significant milestones in a child's developmental journey. As these primitive reflexes recede, they make way for the development of fine motor control, coordination, and eventually, the ability to perform purposeful actions. This progression from automatic reflex to intentional movement is essential for physical growth and cognitive and social development. The neural pathways that are initially activated through the Palmar Grasp Reflex are refined and built upon as the child interacts more deliberately with their environment. In this sense, the reflex is one of the many building blocks that contribute to the intricate mosaic of human development, from the simplest actions to the most complex behaviors and thought processes. The strong grip reflex seen in newborns is a multifaceted phenomenon that bridges the realms of neurology, evolution, and developmental psychology. It is an automatic, involuntary response that serves as a vital indicator of the health and functionality of the infant's nervous system. Rooted in millions of years of evolution, the Palmar Grasp Reflex ensured our ancestors' survival in precarious environments and laid the foundation for early emotional bonding and motor development. As we've explored today, this reflex is far more than a cute quirk. It is a critical component of early life that offers insights into everything from evolutionary biology to modern clinical practices. The Palmar Grasp Reflex is an essential tool for pediatricians, a symbol of connection for parents, and a fascinating subject of research for scientists. It reminds us that even the most basic human actions are steeped in complex biology and rich historical significance. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into why newborns have such a strong grip reflex. If you enjoyed this exploration, please take a moment to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to Unlimited Quest for more. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop your quest for knowledge.